Amway Coaches Poll.
We've seen great performances in college football this season, and then on Saturday we saw something we've never seen before in the sport. Melvin Gordon rushed for 408 yards, which broke the FBS single-game rushing record held by LaDainian Tomlinson. And the best part was, craziest part really, is that Melvin Gordon did it in only 3 quarters. That's right, he did not even play in the 4th quarter of Wisconsin's game. Melvin Gordon rushed for 4 touchdowns and essentially punched his ticket to New York. He's going to be a Heisman finalist, and we saw exactly why.
Marshall's going to continue to rise peg by peg in the Amway Coaches Poll just by virtue of remaining unbeaten. I know they haven't really played anybody. They're still looking for a marquee season-defining victory. But there's only 2 unbeaten teams left in the FBS. One is Florida State and one is a Thundering Herd. At this rate, they're going to maybe crack into the playoff poll's top 25 this week.
This week's breakout player is Arizona kicker Casey Skoron. Now this is someone who a few weeks ago against USC missed a kick and received quite a lot of hate. So you gotta feel good for a kid like that when he comes back and plays a game like he did against Washington. He ran a fake field goal for a touchdown in the 2nd quarter, and he had 2 field goals late, including a 47-yarder as time expired to beat Washington.
It's funny to think, but just 2 weeks ago, Auburn was in the top 3 in the playoff poll, in line to make the playoff as one of those top 4 teams. 2 weeks later, a loss to Texas A&M, a really ugly loss to Georgia, and the season's really run off the rails. They can still be successful. Obviously, they're not going to win the national title. They got Alabama in a couple weeks. They need to get ready for the Crimson Tide.
For the first time in program history, Alabama knocked off a #1 team in Tuscaloosa, a 25-20 final over Mississippi State. So in the SEC West, there are no longer any undefeated teams. Blake Sims took over the game in the 4th quarter, converting on back-to-back 3rd downs, and then TJ Yeldon capped it off with a 7-yard rushing touchdown. The playoff picture still a little bit clouded, but we do know for the SEC championship, in order for Mississippi State to make it, they've got to win out. That's wins against Vanderbilt and Ole Miss. Plus, they need to have Auburn beat Alabama at home here during the Iron Bowl.
Jameis Winston and Florida State escaped once again thanks to a dramatic comeback in the 2nd half. But let's talk about Jameis's numbers real quick. Now, they weren't spectacular. 1 touchdown pass, 1 interception, but 304 yards. He was 25 of 42. And I just don't know if there's been a better quarterback in the 2nd half in big games all season. He always comes through. And the Seminoles remain undefeated, remain in that race for a college football playoff spot, and it is because of Jameis Winston.
Amway Coaches Poll.